Just were in that first group coming in, and we had a mixture of leadership coming in, and we've got players and so forth. And we have two players this year that are coming in. First one is Justin Sand from Michigan State University. As a freshman in the 2005-06 season with men's 2 Michigan State University, Justin made his first national tournament appearance and was selected first team all-regional the next year. Justin was named all-tournament MVP as Michigan State won the men's D2 national championship. The following year, he was named to the ACHA men's 2 select team, who went 2-0, and also led Michigan State University to the national tournament semifinals while being named to the second team all-region. Then in 2007 and 8, Justin's teams went on to the national tournament semifinals, where he posted a goals against average of 2.75 and a save percentage of .918. He was again named to the second team all-region. As a senior and in his 5th year with Michigan State, Justin only played the first semester due to graduation, but traveled with the men's D2 team selects and posted a 3-0 record in Europe. His record for that season ended with a .229% goals against average and an incredible .94% save. Following graduation, Justin played professionally for several years with the Toledo Walleyes, the Danville Dashers, and the North American United, among others. Justin graduated from Michigan State with a degree in civil engineering and works as an engineering consultant with a firm in Waterford, Michigan. He recently became a licensed professional engineer in Michigan. It's my pleasure to introduce you to Justin Sand, Michigan State.
Thank you for this great honor. I'd like to be individually recognized from such a great organization of over 400 teams. It's truly special to me. Thank you to all the ACHA staff, my former teammates, former coach Jim Martin at MSU, and most of all my family for the countless contributions and sacrifices they made over the years so that I could grow up playing the game that I love. But as it is for most of us in this room, hockey has always been more than just a game to me. Provided me with some of the best memories, friendships, and brotherhoods that will last a lifetime. To me, the best thing about the ACHA is that it can provide such different things for different players. To some, it's an opportunity to compete at a college level and represent a university. To others, it's a way to stay in the game after committing to a career path. Playing at Michigan State gave me more than I could ever have imagined. I traveled across the country to some amazing campuses, won national championship, made appearances in the tournament every season. Most importantly, the ACHA gave me the opportunity to prioritize my education while continuing to compete at a high level. Little did I know it would also turn out to be a stepping stone to professional hockey for me. After college, I was fortunate enough to play for several minor league teams, including one in the Austrian League, all the while continued to pursue my career as a civil engineer. Within the past year, I was able to make my debut in the East Coast Hockey League and also earn my professional engineer's license. The level of play in the ACHA and the education I was able to pursue at the same time prepared me for these things, without making me choose between hockey and my career.
Our second inductee today into the ACHA Hall of Fame is Brent Cooper from Oakland University. Brent came to Oakland from the NCAA Men's 3 Wisconsin River Falls Badgers in 2005. He played frequently with ACHA Hall of Fame member Will McMahon to form one of the greatest lines in OU history. He helped lead the team to 2 ACHA national championships, 2006 in Division II, and then when they moved up to Division I in 2007, a Division I championship. His career in only 3 seasons as a Grizzly have him ranked 3rd all time in most statistical categories and single season records. In 05-06 and 39 games played, he had 45 goals, 48 assists for 93 points. In 06-07, 34 games, he had 31 goals and 29 assists for 60 points. And in 07-08, in 32 games, had 29 goals, 28 assists for 57 points. So total 105 games, 105 goals, 105 assists for 210 points in his career. He was second in OU history with 1.98 points per game. Those 93 points he had in the 05-06 ranked him second in OU history, and the 45 assists he had that year ranked him as the single season leader of Oakland. He was named to the ACHA Division II First All-Tournament Team, the ACHA Division I First All-Tournament Team, and was named OU Team MVP in 07-08. His coach, Gordy Scheffler, says he was a leader in the locker room as well as off the ice, and still comes to games to talk to Oakland's players during games. He's a big part of the OU Alumni Association as a way for Brent to give back to the team. Teammate Will McMahon, who was a recent inductee into the Hall of Fame, says Brent was the best player he ever played with, and that other players on their team knew that Brent had been there before him, and his demeanor never seemed to waver in the most stressful moments of a hockey game. Will also stated that quote, there is no chance we could have won the 2006-07 national championships without him. My pleasure to present the Hall of Fame trophy to Brent Cooper from Oakland University.
Thank you. I'd like to thank everyone for inviting me here. I'd like to thank the ACHA for this award and honor. I'd like to thank Gordy Scheffler and Sean Hogan for assisting in submitting a package for me. I'd like to thank my family, my dad, Craig Cooper, my mom, my sister, Abby Soper, girlfriend, Karen DiMaggio, for the support in taking such a difficult Florida vacation to come see me. Everyone knows playing hockey doesn't come cheap, so thank you for believing in me. Coming to Oakland, I didn't have much reference for the team or the ACHA in general. I grew up in the Metro Detroit area playing for Honeybake, Little Caesars, CompuWare. I played a few years of junior in the North American League before ultimately winning a national championship with the Texas Tornado on the winningest team in league history. I played a year Division III at the University of Wisconsin, River Falls, but ultimately knew after that year it was time for me to come home, needed to focus more on school, and after being gone for 5 years, reunite with my family and friends. I remember the first practice I had at OU. I was in a new room, new group of guys, new atmosphere. I was getting ready, tying my skates, hitting my shin pads. I looked next to me, and my stallmate has on men's bikini underwear, doing lunges in front of me. I looked across the room and at my teammates' reaction in my confused face. A few minutes before we take the ice, we're getting ready to go on. I noticed one of the new freshmen was using a pink stick. So I sit there and remember thinking to myself, either I need to get the hell out of here or there has to be some serious changing of the guard to ensue under my watch. I'd like to reference the two guys that helped me personally, physically, and professionally during my time at OU. Sean Hogan, Gordy Scheffler. Sean was my coach at Oakland for 3 years. I know Sean referenced and described me as a player that he learned more from me than I did from him during my stint at OU. He was a great coach. He was only 26, 27 years old. At times, he was more worried than my mom on report card day in high school. He and I formed a bond from the beginning, not only because I was scoring a ton of goals for him, but because we both understood how to win and had the desire to win. Sean and I would always compare thoughts on NHL tough guys, how tough we were, and Sean would tell me how good his hands used to be. I would tell him differently, that his hands were more like feet. Sean definitely helped me understand my game and how to be a leader, so thank you. Gordy Scheffler and I also had a very good relationship, but on a different level. Gordy always taught me how to elevate my game, use the whole ice, and treat every game like it was Game 7. Consequently, upon meeting him, I found out that his license plate read Game 7. So I clearly knew that this guy was all business from the start. Gordy's transformed the OU program in terms of work ethic and understanding the responsibility of maintaining a high fitness level to be a student athlete. He's done a great job at OU, taking the team to new plateaus, and will thrive heading that organization. I'd like to thank Corey Haygood for writing such a nice piece on me. So I know my interviews are probably the best to do, and my language probably wasn't that good, so thanks for making me look good. During my time at Oakland, we won 2 national championships, one D2, one D1. I think there was an understanding that during that transition that we wouldn't be able to excel at the higher level. I'm glad we were able to prove everyone wrong by winning back-to-back titles. During the Division I championship run, we had to go through Lindenwood, Illinois, Penn State, which were top 3 or 4 teams ranked that year. We had a great group of players. The years I played for Oakland, I found a bond rather quickly with a fellow teammate in the ACHA Hall of Fame member Will McMahon. There were times we could pre-plan plays before the draw, and we would both work it to perfection. Could find him blindly, and we gelled together, and that relationship was critical in winning those championships. But overall, I came to Oakland to excel in school, grow as a man, hockey player, and in my professional life. From 2005 to now, the ACHA 15 years later has, the growth of the league has been astonishing, and I'll forever be honored to be